guys, if you're a nursing student or thinking of becoming a nursing student, or you think nursing school is going to take you out, you are not alone. I remember being in your shoes, overwhelmed and anxious, and Googling how to pass nursing school at 3 a.m. in my dorm room. I had a highlighter in one hand, in tears, with my library book in the other. But I made it, and not just barely. I passed with confidence and a 3.8 GPA. And today, I'm sharing real strategies on how you're gonna pass nursing school with no gatekeeping.
I just changed. It just buzzed the front gate. Thank God you came. How many more days could I wait? I made plans with you. And I won't.
So grab your planner, a cute girl drink, and let's get into it. One of the biggest mistakes that I see is trying to memorize everything. You can't memorize everything in nursing school, and you surely cannot do that once you're qualified as a registered nurse. Nursing school is not about how much you can remember. It's about getting you to think like an actual nurse. You need to know why systems work the way that they do, what happens if they work properly, what happens if they don't work properly, and what signs and symptoms can you look for if they aren't working. So what I want you to do is go to your syllabus and unit objectives. That is your study map. And if you're prepping for an exam, you need to study with your blueprint. So if you're in your dorm room wondering, do I need to know this? Is it in the syllabus? Is it in the unit objectives? Then yeah, you need to know this. Also, if it's something that your professor spent a lot of time drilling down, you need to remember. And if you still aren't sure, go to office hours. Do you know how many times I've gone to office hours and a professor gave me a little hint, you really should hone in on this area? So they have office hours. A lot of students do not take advantage of them, but if you're a smart girl, you'll go to office hours. Number 2 is to learn how to master NCLEX style questions early. Around my sophomore year of nursing school, I went ahead and purchased a Saunders NCLEX Prep Nursing book. Anything that I did not understand during my class or lectures or PowerPoints, I would go into that NCLEX study guide and look up that section. Okay, Stephanie, but how do I do this practically? I'm happy that you asked. Go on UWorld or Kaplan or one of these study textbooks off of Amazon. Don't just do the questions. I need you to study the rationales. The rationales are the meat and the potatoes, and that's what's really gonna get you to understand these certain concepts. Simple definitions are not gonna do anything for you. Your nursing exam is not gonna say, what is diabetes? It's not. A question that might pop up on your nursing exam is, you have a diabetic patient. They have the following symptoms. Which one is a characteristic of diabetes? Polyuria, shivering, teeth grinding, double vision. The answer is polyuria. You have to train your brain to be in nurse mode, not Quizlet. Number 3 is using time management as your survival. You cannot just wing nursing school. You need a system and one that works effectively. I was really involved in nursing school. I was a cheerleader, I was on the step team, I was a basketball manager, and I was an RA. So my things kind of looked like lectures, study blocks, free time, rest. If you try to cram for your nursing exams, it's not gonna work. So I would dedicate around 2 to 3 hours of study time every single day. Then I would spend time reviewing something that we talked about earlier in the week or last week if I knew I had an exam coming up. During my breaks, I did anything that did not have to do with nursing because at that point, I felt like my brain was going to explode. Many nights I thought it would, but glory to God, it did not. For me, I had a color coordinated schedule. Every class had a accompanied color. My RA stuff had a color. My work schedules had a color, and I made it work for me. If I didn't have a schedule, I wasn't gonna make it. I know that you guys wanna have fun and party. I mean, I party too, but rest is imperative. If you do not rest, you cannot absorb all that knowledge in your brain. Number 4 is to build a study strategy that works for you. For me, I would try to do active recall over just passive reading. So I would take everything that I learned during lecture and turn them into questions, put them into a Quizlet, and then test myself that way. Everything that I got wrong, then I would go back, study those sections in my notes, and then redo the Quizlet like that. Essentially, I would spend more time on areas that I was weak than to keep going over sections that I knew. I knew the sections. I don't need to go over stuff that I know. Another thing that I did was participating in a study group. It was about 4 girls, and we would either each take a section, turn it into an outline, and then basically distribute it. So we just had like one massive outline for the entire test. And we would take turns teaching each other sections. So clearly I can't teach something if I didn't study it, and we couldn't use our notes. So it was really good at helping us have that active memory recall than holding it up and reading like, this is Alzheimer's and these are the symptoms and da 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 da. No. So I would have to stand up there, memorize my section, teach the girls, and then have my PowerPoint to accompany that. Was it hard? Absolutely yes. Was it frustrating having to feel like I had to do an extra subset of homework? Yeah, but I feel like the sections that I had to teach other people, I was just so much stronger in because I literally had to understand it for myself. Also, I feel like the concepts that I really didn't have time to read on, somebody else already really did the bulk of the reading for me, and all I had to do was match it against my unit objectives or what the professor said was going to be on the exam, add in some extra notes that I liked, and that was easy as pie, baby. Even though we shared notes, it's always wise to check these notes against your unit objectives or anything that your professor is telling you to focus on, because if they want to be lazy, well, the girls I was with, we weren't playing that at all. So I really could, like, you don't trust them. But if you feel like you're studying with people who are just there to be there or they're lazy, you probably shouldn't have a study group with them anyway. But always go behind and check those notes to make sure that they are right, because someone else starting off an outline is going to save you a lot of study time on the back end. If you're a visual or audio learner, watch YouTube videos. Registered nurse, RN, simple nursing, micronaris, like that type of learning really helps me out. So if you're a nursing student and you're in nursing school, those are two channels that you really need to pay attention to, because they helped me through getting my BSN and my MSN. Number 5 is to navigate your clinicals well. Let's be real, going to your clinical rotation can be intimidating, and depending on your clinical instructor, that determines whether you're gonna have a good experience or a bad one. I've had great clinical instructors and I have ones that have treated us like complete trash, and I'm like, they're paying you extra for this. Why are you so mean to us? No idea. But you can either just show up, or you can try to prep and look up common diseases that you will likely see on the type of floor that you're gonna be on. Look up the common meds and what they're typically given for. Make sure that you're asking questions. Preceptors notice that thing and you want to pass, okay? Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. You're not stupid, you just don't know. That awkwardness that you feel is okay. You're learning a entirely new way of thinking, new skills, and honestly, starting a new chapter in your life. You're not supposed to know everything. You're just supposed to be teachable. Number 6 is the most important, and it's to protect your peace. For me, that was prayer and journaling. That was, having fun on the step team and cheerleading, joining clubs. That was removing myself from unnecessary drama, going home on weekends when I just needed to recharge, and having an outlet that made me forget about nursing, which was content creation or going to the gym. You're allowed to rest, you're allowed to cry, and you darn sure are allowed to succeed in nursing school. Passing nursing school is not about being the smartest person in the room. It's about being disciplined, strategic, and knowing that you can do this. I am living proof that you do not need to be perfect, you just need to stay the course. And if this video helped you, make sure you hit that like button so the algorithm knows that this content is necessary. And don't forget to go ahead and drop a comment down below on what area of nursing school that you're struggling with. And don't forget to subscribe for more real and relatable tips for nurses or nursing students. So to my future nurse, thanks for watching. I'm rooting for you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
I think I lie for you. I think I die for you. Jealousy cry for you. Do things when you want me to. Like controller. Yeah, like controller. Yeah.